Gracie McKinney joins us at the break. Welcome, and a good chance to get to know you a little bit as a softball player. I think we see you play quite a bit.
Yeah.
Is softball your first love, or did you play other sports in high school?
I played other sports. I played basketball and I ran track, but softball obviously was my main.
Well, I think I've watched you play. I watch your footwork around the bag, and you would have been a good volleyball player too.
Oh, really?
Did you have a chance to play?
No,
volleyball?
my school didn't have volleyball.
Yeah, you would have been really good at that.
I think that would have been cool.
Yeah. Softball, is it cool? I mean, you've played 2 years. You're planning to play next year, which we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah.
But what do you like about softball in particular?
I just like the team aspect of things, and it's just I've grown up with it my whole life. Both my sisters played, and it's just something that I saw from them that was really cool to me.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do it myself.
Sisters obviously older than you, right?
Yes.
And what were they like as athletes?
They're really successful. Both of them played college softball. One played at Avila University for 5 years, and my other sister played at Wichita State University for 5 years. Yeah,
that's big time.
Yeah, for sure. And now she's a D1 coach.
Oh, is she really? Where does she coach?
Marshall University in West Virginia.
You're kidding me.
Yep.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea at all.
Yeah.
So how long has she been there?
This is her first year. She's an assistant coach there.
All right. So does she take a look at any of your video and say, I think you should?
She calls me every once in a while.
Does she?
And I send her videos. Of course, I take all their input in. And I mean, they're everything to me.
Yeah, like I said, that's big time. That's
Yeah.
big time. Softball, we've seen you at first base, maybe a designated player once in a while, but tell me what it takes to be a softball player playing first base. What are the skills needed?
Well, you have to be able, obviously sometimes you see the wild throws, you just have to be very flexible, very willing to put in that work because it is hard to play first base.
Right.
I mean, working on picks, working on those hard hit grounders that are coming so quick at you because you're closer. But yeah, I think it's a hard position, but I've loved learning how to play it.
Right. What about fielding bunts? That's, to me, you're kind of, usually the bunt tends to go toward the third baseman, but occasionally they'll come toward you. How do you approach that?
Obviously you see it early. Some players you just know, like, hey, they're going to bunt. But I think just being quick and knowing your footwork and knowing to work around the ball, anyone can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
This may be kind of touchy, so we'll handle it with kid gloves.
Okay.
But, this season, not you, but the team has been plagued by making, when they do make errors, like bushel baskets full. The other day, 9 errors, I think Coach said. How do you account for that?
You just have to take the accountability and take it and learn from it and be like, hey, this happened. It's going to happen. It's a game of mistakes. But, you just have to get right back up and go to the next play.
Right. Have you ever seen the show Ted Lasso? You watch that?
Some of it,
well, where he's talking about you have to be a goldfish where your memory is about this long.
Yep,
you just have to get ready to play the next ball.
Yeah, the next game, if I'm having a bad game, like the other day, I was having a bad hitting game. I shook that off. Next game, I went and hit a home run.
Yeah.
So,
I believe it.
You just have to forgive and forget.
Well, let me ask you another question about being a player. What do you think about in the time between pitches? What are you focusing on between the pitches defensively?
I always talk to myself while I'm on the field.
Okay.
And if you don't want that ground ball hit to you, it's gonna be hit to you. Right. So I'm always telling myself, hard at me, hard at me, hard at me. It's going to be hit hard at me. I do that every time. And say I make an error, I just go back and I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to hit it here, maybe they're going to hit it here. I'm going to change my position and it's going to get hard at me. Sometimes it's not, So that's always what I tell myself.
Yeah. Okay. As a player, you're going to go play at Northwest Missouri State next year.
Yes.
What do you know about them and that level of competition? That's going to be quite a jump.
It is going to be quite a jump. We played William Jewell in the fall, and that is a D2 school. and that's who I'll be playing next year. And getting to play them really like set in for me, like, hey, this is a whole different level, but hey, I can play at it. I know Northwest is a really good team, and I'm really excited to jump up to that next level. And maybe I'm not playing the same positions, maybe I'm not batting the same in the lineup, or but right. I'm excited to see the difference.
Yeah, well, I'll bet. So now let's talk about something that's really important. How's school for you? What are you majoring in, and what do you want to do at Northwest?
I'm majoring in elementary education. I want to be a first grade teacher, and North Central has done a lot for me with elementary ed. I've done so many observation hours just this semester right. and my past 2 years here, and I think that's really prepared me for my next 2 years. And Northwest elementary education is extremely good. So that's one of the other reasons I chose Northwest.
Okay. You want to do any coaching on your own like your sister?
Of course. I think being a elementary teacher, I can get up into that high school level. Yeah. And, my dad's the high school coach at Norbourn.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Okay.
So right. I think it would always be cool to maybe go back there and coach with him.
Okay. Well, yeah. We've talked about your sisters, now your dad. So tell us a little bit more about your family, if you don't mind.
My dad was a college basketball player, and now he has been my coach all my life for basketball and softball. Yeah, and he very successful coach. He's ran my comp teams, and he was my coach for a couple of years in high school, and he's won some state championships. He's really successessful. And then my mom, she's just the best mom ever.
Is she? Well, yes. Tell me more.
She is a very hard worker. What
does she do?
She works for an ammunition plant.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. But she works 12-hour days, then she comes home, takes care of us, and I just think she's amazing. Yeah. And then I have a little brother. His name's Ryder. He's just turned 16.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And yeah.
I bet he's fun.
He is very fun. He actually has autism. Oh. And so his thing is video games. Okay. So I told him it'd always be cool for him to come here and do esports or something.
That would be. Yeah.
Yes. But he's the coolest kid ever.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. And of course your sisters, what are their names?
My oldest sister is Madison, and then my second older sister is Sydney.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Pets at home? Are you big into pets or anything like that?
Yes, we actually have a lot of dogs. A lot of Labradors is our thing.
Boy, those are big dogs.
They are.
Your labs shed a lot?
Yeah.
Sometimes. We have one that's just, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but.
Gracie, what do you like to do when you're not studying or deferring your house from your labs or doing something related to softball? Well, what are your hobbies and what do you like to do?
I just like hanging around my family or my friends, like just going on a drive or something. Or honestly, just laying in my bed and watching a movie when I have the free time.
Right.
But
well, you probably don't have a lot of free time this time of year, do you?
No, not a lot.
Like I've said many times, people don't realize that when you're playing a college sport, it's like having a job. Some kids work at the grocery store, and then if you're an athlete, you have your team that you're responsible for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have a job here. I worked at Vintage Finds.
Oh, you do?
Yes,
okay.
But obviously right now I haven't been able to work.
But Well, it's a pleasure visiting with you. Thank you for coming in and taking the time.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the success, not only the rest of this year, but at Northwest. So
Thank you
I know you'll make us proud.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with Game 2 in just a moment here on Pirates Digital Media.